What is going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to another video. So it's another day in the life. We're going to be sharing some new stock with you. We're going to be sharing some other stock with you. We're going to be chatting the Q&A. We're going to be giving some more insights into the business, more about me, and we're just going to get on with it. I'll be completely honest with you, right? Typical Wales. July this is now, but it's been torrential rain here today. It's been awful. I planned on filming this video when I was driving to go and get the collection, but one in my van. I love my van, don't get me wrong, but motorway speeds in this thing is very, very loud. The rain was torrential with the windscreen wipers, and to be fair, I was concentrating a lot better than what I should have been anyway. So I wanted to look what I was going. After the start of the year where I got taken out and ended up 40 foot in the field, wrote off my beautiful S5, concussion, you know, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I'm more cautious now, shall we say. I know, but yeah, a bit crazy. But good news, collection, I bought it. I've got the stuff, which is very, very good. I'm excited about that. But I thought what I'll do, the Q&A stuff, because you've all asked me stuff on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I know I replied to one or two on Facebook, and I thought to myself, actually, Joe, you've asked for this, it's Q&A. Wrong time to do it. So let's get into it. And what I've done, I've kicked it completely old school. And the questions, I've actually wrote them down. I know, look at that. Do you know what? It is nice every so often to write something down, though, opposed to just using technology. Am I right in thinking I enjoy it? Maybe I'm just old school. It's like when you go to the bank, and it's like as soon as you walk through the door, it's like, you can do that on the machine there. You can do that. I'm like, no, I want to go to the counter. I want to, you know, I want that sort of vibe. Anyway, Q&A. No particular order. I'm not going to mention no names because one, you all know who you are anyway that's asked it. But secondly, sometimes like on YouTube, the username, it displays things completely different anyway. Or it might just be a username opposed to your actual name, which is cool, you know. I go by Exploring My Boss, not my name, that's all right. But anyway, the first question on it is, do I go and buy every collection I go and see? I would love it if it was that easy. I'd say a good 75% of collections I do buy. However, this is the thing of toy dealing that you don't often see, is you can be traveling all around the country, going to view a collection. So you could be taking, I don't know, let's just say 4-hour trip each way. So you could be having 8 hours out of your day, what's that, 40, 50 pound in diesel, and you can walk away empty handed. But that's the chance and the risk of it you've got to do, because you could go there and that could be the best collection that you've ever found. So yeah, I'd like to think I buy most, but over the years, I've come a little bit smart. Now, I know not everyone is tech savvy, but I always say, oh, is it a possibility you can send me a few photos, take a little look, or describe to me what's there? But I also learned January this year, that actually doesn't happen. How you think it's going to pan out, because I always say, look, I'm always, you know, 50, 60 stuff, Corgi, Dinky, etc. And this lady that I spoke, she goes, yeah, I got all the Corgi and Dinky. I said, you know, describe the boxes. She was like, blue and yellow boxes. And I'm like, yes, awesome. This is the exact stuff that I'm looking for. I'll be there. And I think it was like a 5-hour round trip for me. Got there. It was all the Corgi Century car stuff, wasn't it, from the early 2000s, which no good for me. And sometimes with the modern stuff, right, I do buy it because I have other dealer friends that deal in that sort of stuff. And then vice versa. If old stuff goes in, they give it to me. But like, you don't want to insult some people. And I know that sounds a bit crazy, but it's just the value is just not there. And I'm thinking, right, you know, maybe try auction, or maybe I'll give some other numbers, try this, just because I don't want to be the person that insults someone. I know that's business as well. You've got to do that, but I like to think I'm a nice guy anyway, all right? So anyway, do I buy from eBay? Odd occasion, occasionally. I'll be honest, if I buy something on eBay, it's mostly for myself, either for my own collection, or it's something related for one of the vehicles, if you know where I'm coming from. Not so much anymore, though, because the old car is gone, the old notchback. Story over that. That's for another day, that is. But that car just drained all the life out of me. But that's what I usually buy stuff on. Or, you know, it's never really stuff I can resell, apart from the odd occasional thing here and there. The difficulty is with it, I won't say difficulty, but trouble is, you got to think, when you're a business, it's different when you're a collector yourself. When you're a business, there's a paper trail for absolutely everything. So like, I've got a good account and I document everything anyway. But what you got to realize, if I buy something for said amount, sell something for said amount, you've got your fees on that, then you've also got your VAT, etc. on there. It's, you know, it has to be a very good price in order to make a good business decision, is what I'm coming from. Where do I find all my stock? Right, so my stock, I want to say the majority of it is private collections. People giving up their collections. A lot of people will collect something, have their fun with it, and then move on and collect something else. Or, you know, they just want to, for other reasons, they want to get rid of it. Other stuff for like childhood toys, refound after 30, 40, 50 years. someone sadly passed away and you get that collection. Like, I've had stuff that's come back to me that, you know, you meet good friends over the years, because customers become friends, there's no doubt about that, and sadly they pass away, and then you've got to go in and you buy the collection back, which I know it's exciting to get that stock back. However, at the same time, it's a funny one, isn't it? So that's where most of my stuff comes from. Or if I go around Toy Fairs, sometimes I'll have a bit of a deal with other dealers, see where I can buy, put a load of models together. Normally when you show the cash or like do this, they go for it. So that's a little bit of advice for you. How far do I travel? I travel everywhere. I'm not even exaggerating when I say, you know, Wales, England, Scotland, everywhere. The only place I haven't physically driven that's sort of connected to the UK is Ireland, Northern Ireland even, or just Ireland. Aside from that, I'm all over the UK. Anywhere you see on that map, I'm there. Yorkshire, Cornwall, London, you know, and that's what I love about this job. I was actually saying to Megs yesterday, I don't actually know where I'm going to be until the phone call goes. Obviously, you have your set task, right? I got to list this, do this week. But if the phone call goes, you got to go then and there. Sometimes it's the same day. You'll stop what you're doing and you'll head off and get it. And that excites me because you get to see a lot more of the UK and just, you know, rather than the same four walls, for argument's sake. My favourite model ever. Oh, this is hard, isn't it? This is difficult. I like a lot of stuff. One of my favourite ever models, right? I'll go with this then, is the Corgi Acurio Cross Racing Car Transporter. I don't mind if it's in the gift set form or the normal form, but there's something about that Karma Transporter. I absolutely adore it. I love it. It excites me. If I see a played with one, a mint box one, it's the same excitement. And yeah, I've got a couple of those in my own collection. I've got some loose ones. I've got some mint box ones. That's a model I think is great. You should go and buy an Acurio Cross if you don't already have one. Best collection I ever purchased. I've purchased a lot of collections over the years, in 14 years. I could share some funny stories about some sketchy people you meet along the way. But I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of great Corgi and a lot of great Dinky collections, spot-on collections. Do you know, I've stumped myself here, haven't I? I tell you what then, one of my favourite collections, I had two favourite collections last year. One was off my good buddy Gareth, the Jerry Anderson collection. Simply because that was a whole new learning curve for me. There was stuff there. I knew the Corgi and Dinky stuff, but there was a load of other stuff that I'd never ever seen before. And I kind of broke the internet when I put it on. It was like other dealers was just buying it off me at the asking price, which made me realise I was selling it too cheap. Which I try to be fair, obviously. But yeah, that Jerry Anderson collection was phenomenal. And the second collection I actually bought in Birmingham last September, October, which if you're the OGs, you've stuck around for a while, you've seen the old stuff, you follow the social media. I had a collection of over 1,000 loose cars in some box. Now this is crazy that when the guy bought these models, because they were all mint, I say 90 to 95% of these models were mint, all original. And in order for him to have more, his wife made him throw the original boxes out, which is mind-blowing. The thousands of pounds that were thrown out just so you can get more. But that's the thing about collecting. You know, for a lot of people, they don't do it for the money reasons. And I love that. I'm like that myself. If it's something I really like, I will buy it. Obviously, I have to think of a different head when it's business related. But that collection, there were so many European makes in there, like the Marklin, the CIG, obviously the Corgi, Dinky, Spot On, Mercury. You know, that's where all the Japanese die casts were from as well. It's probably one of the most expensive collections that I've purchased and one of the coolest, because I was just going through box after box after box. This was full floor to ceiling, and it's one of the most mind-blowing, unexpected collections that I ever purchased, because I rocked up there and I did not expect for it to be what was there. And to the point that, you know, you always carry cash with you being a dealer, but I had to transfer money because it was just mind-blowing. And I don't ever want to talk about money either when it comes to this side of things. I know obviously the business needs to make money, but it just lowers the tone of it a little bit, if that would make sense. It's more just because I'm a collector anyway. It's more than about the money for me. It's just I feel very blessed that I can just do this as a job, if that makes sense. Right, sorry, this Q&A is going on a little bit. If everyone's sticking through this video, I do apologise. You might have to do this backwards and put some models first just so you see those. Right, but do I leave toys for other people? Now, I found this one very interesting. It was on a user on YouTube, which I've never seen. But yeah, of course I do. That's the thing when you're a toy dealer, right? Like other people have different margins. Some people, I like to think I'm very fair, so I like to think I offer sometimes more than what I should just to get that model into stock. And then at the end of the day, I know with the business, I said I lose about 35% of everything I sell between fees, VAT, etc. So, you know, you're running on a lot of overheads, aren't you? But of course I leave stuff for other people. I know over the years that this blows my mind. Not it upsets me, but just leaves me a bit like, right, okay. But then other people have said to me that, Jordan, must mean you're doing something right for that. But I know a lot of dealers which I actually thought were like friends, if that makes sense, or like you look out for each other, don't you? Well, I do anyway, but I won't mention no names, and not like close people that I'm with anyway. But you know, it always gets reported to me that they're talking about you, Jord, or you know, Jordan's got this, Jordan's got that, Jordan's do it, you know, this, that, and they go where they used to be like hello and have a chat with you. Now they just like, you know, unless you say hello when you're walking past, they just try to ignore you, which that's naughty to me. I think that's crazy. Like I put something on social media when I had that X-Shop style collection a couple of weeks ago, and it was just like, oh, this is lies. And I'm like, lies? I've literally just bought a collection. It's there, it's listed. How is it lies? Which, you know, that's naughty. I don't like that sort of stuff. Most valuable thing I've sold. Again, I don't really want to chat prices, but you think a spot on Mulliner coach, mint in a box, can be over £1,000. Yeah, pre-war Dinkies, you know, they're in the thousands, not hundreds, and that's the most expensive stuff, really. So don't want to chat prices. Are toy fairs worth it? Now, this is an interesting question, because I said this is off the bat of what I chatted in a video previously. Toy fairs, yes, for me, they're worth it. One, because I love the face-to-face interaction with people. Of course, when you stand there, right, you want every single person that walks up to your stall to buy something. And if someone says they don't, they're telling a lie, because at the end of the day, you're there to make money. But aside from that, right, how can I say this? Yes, I want to go make money, but for me, it's all about the interaction. It's about chatting with people, catching up with people. You never know what someone's going to bring you. You never know where you can walk around and buy. And if it's a quiet day, don't get me wrong, toy fairs since the 2020 times haven't been the same as what they were previously. And I think other people will say this as well. So you're relying on those sales, but if you're having a quiet day, you use that time to walk around the room and try and buy off other dealers, because a lot of them don't sell online. So like if someone comes up to me and, you know, oh, end of the day, you know, I'll give you this. It's like, no, right? It's all on eBay, so I'm not going to give something away. But, you know, I know it's a bit naughty, but you can go around and get a price. And then at the end of the day, once that then sells on eBay, it sort of balances out. It's all about balancing. It doesn't matter if you sell it then or in a couple of days' time, as long as if you get it back quickly, you know, make that money back pretty easy. Then this. So toy fairs, I would 100% recommend, because don't forget, there's not just stuff that I do. You've got dealers selling Lego, modern die-cast, trucks, template stuff. There's bits of everything. So I like to think we all should support each other, but also like I've noticed over the years now, all the Hot Wheels stuff is coming in, which is great. I love that. But also like, not cosplay, but the anime stuff. And, you know, years ago you'd call it the geeky stuff, but it's not. It's kind of cool. But there's a lot of different sellers, Pokemon, all that sort of stuff. And the last question on here is, how easy is it to run a toy business? Honestly, not as easy as that it might make it out to be. Like, as I said, I love it. I love doing what I do. And for me, then it doesn't feel like a chore. But like I said, some days you work in, you know, you have 10-hour days, fair few days a week. There's no doubt about that. Sometimes you can be there like 14 hours. Like I'll go and do a toy fair. Time you get back home, you've been out like 16 hours. I'll open a bottle of beer. I'll then start listing stuff on eBay. And before you know it, you're over 24 hours without sleep. But that's just me. That's the way I work. Because I like to keep moving stock quickly. Rather than having stuff that stays there for ages, I'm all about move it, buy new. Move it, buy new. That's my method anyway. But yes, it's definitely not as easy as what it means. I think I said in a previous video, if you've got the heart and soul for it, the passion for it, and you don't care about what hours you put into it because it's worth it. And like, I'm extremely proud that after 14 years, this is the only job I've ever had. And I feel very, very blessed by that. And yeah, I can reminisce about so many times, and maybe we will in different videos, but like this segment of the video is almost pushing 15 minutes. I apologize, but Q&A, this is it basically. But no, I'm honestly, I'm humbled by some of the support and the comments and the messages, and it just means to me more than you will ever know. Because said in recent years, things have been a bit more difficult to what they were. There's no doubt about that. But I love it, and I'm still hustling through, and I'm still soldiering through, because that's what it's all about. Anyway, that's enough of this. Let's get into some more stuff for this video. I apologize for rambling for so long. So I'm currently getting through with all the eBay listings at the minute. It's one of my favorite things to do. Just seeing the models up close, describing them accurately, getting the photos taken up of them. So yeah, just have a little look about what I got going on. I'm just going to give you a little teaser at this point at the minute. And then later on, we're going to actually look at in-depth of these and some other models too. But yeah, check this out. So yeah, this is my current organised mess. Do you know, right, I've got an office here at Mum and Dad's that I used to work at for many, many years up there with a desktop computer. And I don't know, for like the last 5 or 6 years, I've just sat in the kitchen because I quite enjoy it, because I can interact with my parents. My mum works from home. My dad's retired, but he's always around here. And yeah, this is just somewhere that I like to be. So you might notice I'm on this Mustang at the minute. We've got to show you this original box, original tatty box, I would say. Lid is great, but sorry, the base is great, but the lid has a little bit of yeah, you know, it could be repaired. I'm going to sell it like that, though. It gives you the option to do it. We're going to have a look at all this stuff later on a little bit better anyway. I just want to show you this Mustang. Check this out. How cool is that? Fully working. Does his job as you would expect it. You can see the wheel. I won't let it go, but yeah, as you can see, that's fully working. So let's turn that off. But yeah, just to share with you then, obviously I touched base in a previous video about showing the Adobe Lightroom, which is something that I use. But you might notice as well, right? I don't just take one photo of something. I take multiple photos and then choose the one that I really want, as you can see there. So I'm not even kidding you when I say I take thousands of pictures every single week, because it's all about getting the right angles. And you know, my workspace upstairs is literally just some sheets of paper down, where I also pack stuff as well. This is a packing station, but it also doubles to take photos. And you'd be surprised, because of the camera is quite decent and I take photos with it. The stuff comes out so well. But what I wanted to touch base on here as well is a few people who said, coffee, what's that all about? So if you actually took a photo of this on your phone, and literally the QR code, it'll ping you up, and it's a website where you can actually buy me a cup of coffee. You haven't got to, but it's just an option for those that are considering it. But yeah, let's just keep this video going, because I got some cool stuff to share with you, including stuff which has literally been saved from an attic. Now, you might notice why these are out of the box at the minute. Lovely original example as well, 1950s, but oh, right, I can't even describe it to you when I say, I'm going to clean this box up slightly anyway. Just get that. You wouldn't glue that up together, and that's going to be completely fine again. But the smell of damp on this, and also the comment, we're going to have a good look at these. But I can't even describe it to you. Obviously, I explore abandoned buildings. That's been a passion of mine for 15 years or more, doing the abandoned building photography, the videos on YouTube, loads of this stuff on the channel going back, and also on my separate Journeyman channel if you want to check that out. But I tell you what, about an hour ago, I opened these boxes up. Only the two that's affected. They've literally just come from an attic. And the smell of just like the damp and the muskiness, unbelievable. It's really triggered me. Like, it's just walking in, it's that asbestos sort of vibe. I know it's not asbestos, but it's just that. I can't describe it. Anyone that's been in abandoned buildings, you will know the very unique feeling and thing that I'm describing. So what I've done at the minute, I've cleaned the boxes out. I'm letting them dry a little bit, literally just with a scented wet wipe. And I'll just put like a little, you know, like when you get in shoes, like those little, oh, what's the correct term, the correct name of them, where you just, you know, for moisture, isn't it, basically? So I'm going to put one of those in the boxes, dry the boxes out. Might even spray a little, secret is, spray a little bit of aftershave in. I know that sounds crazy, but over time, and leaving the model out the box, a couple of days, the smell is completely gone. That's a little tip there for you as well. And I do apologise about the beard. It's raining here in Wales again. Happy summer, I know. I've got soaking this morning running around doing bits. It's ruined the beard, but that's all right. Let's get on with this video. So let's get into this, and we've got to break up this video and show you some stock that's already on the eBay store. But for me personally, some stock which I don't understand is still here. I know that sounds crazy, but I know all toy dealers, all toy shops, if there's stuff that sticks around, they just offload it, they put it into auction, offer it cheap to another dealer, and just get rid of it, just to keep stuff moving. Me, I'm not attached to this stuff, but I really enjoy it and appreciate it. So, do you know what? Sometimes if some things are here for a couple of months, that's all right. I'll enjoy them in the meantime. Like this, Jerry Anderson. So rare. Completely vintage. Plastic. Like a little SPC in it, I think it is. But that's awesome. I had 3 of these. This is the last one that's left. For some reason, I don't even know why it's here. As you can see, it's sort of like, is that unlicensed? Maybe, potentially. And it's just rare. I don't understand to the life of me because it's not even expensive, but that is still around, very rare. Just as this I think it was late 60s Thunderbird 3 gun. Again, very rare. Water pistol, which is awesome. It does actually work as well. I tested it. It's Japanese, got the original sticker there. It's just like holy grail stuff for Jerry Anderson collectors. And yeah, I've still got it here. However, some of you might remember, go back if not, maybe like 7-8 months, I bought a huge Jerry Anderson collection over a space of a couple of months. And these are the only 2 pieces that I have left from that collection. So if this doesn't sell, I'm actually going to keep it because I think it is awesome. However, NEC Sandown Park coming up, that's going to be the place you might find a new home. So there's various models here. We've got some Cragston models, which are this friction drive plastic, late 60s, early 70s, but some lovely ones as well. Like, just check these out. I think these are awesome. Now, I know not everyone is a fan of plastic models, but I think they're excellent and I love them. Now, look at this. You can remove the roof off them as well. That's stunning. I love that. Such a great model. And then you've got some bigger ones as well. Slightly bigger in scale, as you can see. Now, this is Lucky Toys. So this is Hong Kong, 1960s. Friction drive. Along with that one, there is, I got a couple more actually on the eBay store, so you should go and check those out. But little Nora vehicles, I think these are excellent. The detail on them, again, plastic models, they never were 100% amazing fit, if you like, just because of the plastic, and it does distort over time. But I think that's lovely. Got a little spare wheel on the back as well. Well, a little boot trunk there even, sorry, with a tyre in there. But that's beautiful. I love that. Such a great model. Another little Noriv one here. Unusual colours on this. I think it really is. But, you know, this is something that's like £10, £15. That's a bargain in my eyes. And it's nice to have something a little bit different to what you would normally see. As you can see the way that has distorted over time. But that's just the plastic, the way it does go. So if you think about it, die-cast stuff, yeah, it's quite solid, lasts a bit of time. When you're playing around with these are going to get cracked, they're going to get broken. So if anything, they've done well to stand the test of time. So we've got another Norev sitter on here with the little spare wheel on the back. I think that's excellent. I love these. I just had to share them with you. Through to this now then, yeah? This is a very hard to find Lion car in beautiful condition. DKW, which for anyone that doesn't know, DKW later in life became Audi. So Versprondach Technique, or the Auto Union as it's also known. But just check that. I think that's lovely. A couple of little chips there, look, around that one light. But that's such a hard model to find. Now, this is a problem. When you have a rare model that's not Corgi or Dinky, sometimes it can stick around a little bit because no one knows what it is. And I think that's the truth of it, of why that's here. Got another Norev here as well with the roof. I think that's lovely. A lovely vintage looking thing. I couldn't even tell you what that is off the bat. It's actually a Renault. There we go. I don't actually know my early cars, I'll be honest with you, apart from like Model Ts, etc. Now, I showed the Bulgarian Matchbox in a previous video, but this is actually the box one that I do actually have. So it's a black base. It's in there. A couple of little splits, etc. on the blister. But so hard to find. So hard to find. And again, mind blown that that's still here, and that's me being completely upfront and honest with you, because honesty is how we roll. So you might notice over the back we've got 2 lovely ex-shop stock Matchbox Super GT sets with a launcher there, triple pack there, very nice models. And I got to show you these. Sorry, just grabbing them. I tell you what, when you look through the screen compost, I should look at my hand is really. But yeah, there we go. Let's get into this. This is a lovely little press, guys. Pretty much do believe this is for the Tour de France. I think that's what they were. It's lovely though. I had a range of these, but Mini Lux, there we go, the Peugeot. I'm down to just this one left. But, you know, sometimes things stick around and it makes me think, do you know what, boss, maybe you should, it belongs with you. But there we go, we've got the sitter on here as well. This was Again, another lovely one. Somebody snapped the aerial off that in a toy fair, which is frustrating, but it's just one of those things that happens. That's a risk you take for letting customers just handle stuff at free will, because I prefer to be like that. There's nothing worse than rocking up at a table and it's just like, do not touch, because people want to have a look at it. That's what toy fair is all about. Otherwise, you may as well just buy it online. That's my opinion. But that's very, very nice. I think that's awesome. Great look. Of course, you can imagine what the real car would be like with the air suspension, can't you? That's obviously on a higher setting. Dump it straight down to the floor. Excellent. We've got another little 1960s plastic over here. A little crack out of there. But I think I literally have this on the eBay store for £15. Isn't mind blowing how we're still here? I don't know. So what's this? Roxy Toys? There we go. I'm getting pretty good with this stuff. So it's all like that Tesada sort of era. Working friction drive. It's a bit loud, but it's there. And then this brings me to these three. So for the life of me, I don't understand how I still have these either, because they are excellent models. Let's start with the Audi. That's lovely, isn't it? Audi 100. Something completely different. Plastic model. What are they? 124 scale, something like that. 125 scale. There we go. I think that's excellent. Again, a couple of these in the range. Plastic for me just doesn't seem to sell. I don't know. What's your opinions on it? Drop it in the comments below, because I'm intrigued to know. And I got these lovely pair of Fiats in two different colours. I would describe these, they're a little bit dusty, but they are in, you know, near mint condition. Got some opening parts. Don't want to force it open, but the trunks on these do actually open. There we go. That was a bit easier to do. I think these are beautiful. I really, really do think they're beautiful. There we go. Look at that. But yeah, that's literally just something else I wanted to share and add to this video. So let's keep it going. Oh, for all the food lovers amongst us, I've got to share this with you. As Thomas boys, we like to eat. Check out this. So this is from a local place near Ogma by Sea called Cobbles. Great sandwiches for lunch. So what I've got here, I've got 2 Reubens on the go. And I've actually got another one, which is called a Cuban. I'm very excited about these. Yeah, let's get into it. So there we go. It's about that time we're actually getting into some new stock that's arrived this week, isn't it? And then I've picked up in collections, etc. As you can see, a wide variety of Corgi, Dinky, there's Matchbox here. There's some lovely tin plate stuff. This is just a fraction of it. If you do follow the social media or the online eBay store, you will see there's been a load of other stuff that has actually gone up on there also this week, which I haven't filmed, or stuff that I planned on filming, but it already sold, so I do apologise about that, but that is a good thing for me. However, let's take a little look at these. Where do we start? Do you know what? Tin plate, I used to be really, really massively into it. Over the last couple of years, I haven't bought it as much as I like, if you know where I'm coming from. So I thought, do you know what? Let's start doing it again. Let's start getting some tin plate in. So if you've got some tin plate you want to sell, nice stuff, original stuff, let me know. I could be interested. But this little pocket toy, literally, as it says, pocket toy, stuff you could take up with you that's a little bit smaller. I think that's excellent. It's fully working as well. That's a nice model, to be honest with you. Front row, you're going to see some Dinky and Corgi here. Mostly 50s, some early 60s stuff in here. Corgi MGA is always beautiful. Lovely in that colour as well. And even just stuff like the Dinky Rover, the 75 Saloon. That colour, you don't see it all too often. It's a lovely example, to be fair, as well. Completely all original. That's very nice. You can see the Aston Martin sports cars here. Well, these are DB3Ss, aren't they? What's nice about this is you always see the racing version. You never actually see like the road touring version. So I think that's quite nice to find. Couple of nicks here and this. An original model. Played with. That's very nice. You've got the Packard here. You can see the Lone Star Imp here. We've got some Corgis over here on the right anyway. The Dinky Ferrari is very nice in this box. It's the nice one. I prefer this compared to like the later like whiz wheel typey. I think it doesn't wear it as nice. So it's nice it's actually got the tyres on that one, which is quite nice. The Ferrari, now I've always loved these, the 250 Le Mans, simply because that opening engine bay to the engine right there, that spare wheel, both exhaust stacks. Nice model, nice box. Next to that, you're going to notice there's some absolutely like brand new Matchbox here. Got the Denver fire pump, of course. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. Very, very nice model. And then you got the Lotus Climax racing car. Again, that feature where you can turn the driver and the wheels move. Quite nice. Some people don't even know that exists. So, you know, I'm just trying to share stuff. Even that it might be like basic knowledge to me, I'm just going to share it with you just in case it's not. So if you're listening or watching this and just like, right, I know that already, I do apologize. Anyway, Impalas are always making it into the video. We got the 59 Impala, but it's the Kennel Club version with the dogs. That's very nice. You've got the hologram on the front there. You can just about make him out walking. That's quite cute. The box is all original paperwork inside. As you can see, that is actually unsticking a little bit. Now, you've got two options. Either glue it back on. I might leave it like that. Give the opportunity, as I always would. ERF dumper. Do you know what? Stunning example. All original. Look at that. That's very near mint. That's beautiful. Nice windows too in there. Of course, earlier models, there's no interior inside it. We've got the box there. Don't forget, I've also got the rare type box version of this already on the eBay store. Coming back round to that Comma fire engine. Both ladders. It is actually smelling a whole lot better than what it was as well now. It doesn't smell as damp, as dusky. That was crazy how that arrived. Exciting though. Being in an attic for like nearly 60 years, it's going to have a bit of a stench. The Bedford TK, you might hear. Both original bins are actually inside there. It's got the little holders on the back as well, and it's the more desirable green, the less common green. I think that's beautiful. I like that. We've got the Universal Jeep. I think this is another great model. Correct color end spot as well on the box. Yeah, that's lovely. Look how clean that is. That's very, very nice. You've got the BOAC coach. Now, these are not a huge amount of money. They never have been. Except if you get very lucky occasionally. But I think that's a great model. The British Overseas Air Corporation, you know, now British Airways when it formed. So I love that. I think that's great. Now we've got the 477 Corgi breakdown Land Rover. Again, near mint condition. This is a beautiful example. Like brand new, to be honest. But I think most people would probably describe that as mint, but we'll go with very near mint. Yeah, I think that's great. Working suspension, great box as well, lovely. Then you've got the Marcus 1800 GT with a Volvo engine. Quite a fan of those, especially in the blue color. I think it wears it very, very well. Next to that, you're going to see the BOAC Comet. Now, so the world's first jetliner. And this is a couple of facts about this, right? Some of you might know it, some of you might not. But the BOAC Comet then, yeah? See those square windows in there? Yeah, well, some of us know what happened with the stress fractures, didn't we? And actually, the number on this, the GALYV, actually was one of the first comets to crash, I do believe, because of stress fractures. So, quite crazy, I know, isn't it? So, Dinky made the model that actually crashed and killed people. But if you go to, like, I've been lucky enough to see two of these in real life. One in RAF Duxford and one in Cosford, I do believe. And they also have the original fuselage there as well, which actually shows the stress cracks running, because the way, you know, it was going, I'm not even going to get into this like I'm on air crash investigation with correct terms, right? That's all I know is the Comet had square windows, which stress didn't work out very well. The fuselages broke up during flight. That's how windows and that's how airliners on windows these days are circle, not square. God, I made a meal out of that, but I knew exactly what I was trying to say. But yeah, I think that's interesting that Dinky just, well, they made that model and then it just crashed. So 1949, I do believe, was the actual first test flight on one of these. You know, this is just from memory. I'm into aviation, so I've got certain facts. I think they went into production in about 1946. So you think just off the bat of World War II, I know there was talks and ideas of this actually before the war, but it didn't happen until actually after. World's first jet airliner. Just think from like where that is today to what we have now. Crazy. Anyway, the Simon Snorkel. That's very nice, mint in the box. Then we got the Ferrari 206 Dino Sport. This is beautiful. You know, always those red little spot hubs that people love. Yeah, I think that's great. Nice in the yellow. Nice example. Bit of creasing on the box window there. Aside from that, that's very nice. You can see the Norev Renault here. This is absolutely mint in the box. Plastic model. There's no distortion on that. I think that's stunning. You can see the sellotape each side, which I believe might be from the original toy shop, which was basically to keep the box closed because it will come out if you do it hard enough. But yeah, that's nice. And also, after filming the video earlier on with the Norev models, I was quite surprised that I picked up another one, but that's how it goes sometimes. Let's just drop that there. You're going to see the 1121 Chipperfield Circus crane truck. Now, this is a beautiful example. Again, very near mint. Original string hook is all attached. What's quite nice is the original slip of papers in there and also the original cardboard. That is a worthy example. Don't get me wrong, all of these are worthy examples. They're all nice nice for collections. But if you're looking for a mint one of those, that is one you should definitely consider, because I think it's beautiful. You can see the Coles crane just hiding down there as well. And there's the Mustang from earlier that you've seen fully working. And yeah, that's a little fraction of some of the stock that I've picked up this week. Don't get me wrong, there's probably another 30 plus items as well that I've also picked up. Matchbox, Majorette, various other ones. As I said, just go and check out the social media if you already haven't, because that's where all that stuff is being shared quite often. But yeah, comment wild. And just like that, we're at the end of another day in the life video. I tell you what, it's been an exciting week for stock this week. It's been an exciting week always. I love the toy stuff. I do apologise that the questions and answers at the start of this video went on for so long. Maybe I should have dropped it in a little bit later, but you know you can always skip through these if there's segments you don't like or whatever. But yeah, the foot is doing a hell of a lot better. We're almost knocking on August, which is crazy. So in my head, I'm like 5 weeks left until toy mode really kicks up the gear with all the toy fairs coming. And that's when, you know, more and more stock keeps coming in. And I'm very, very excited about it. I'm very excited for everyone that's just, you know, supporting me. Not excited. I'm very grateful is what I am. Thank you very much for all, you know, everyone that are watching these videos or purchasing some models. It helps me more than you will ever know. And yeah, I love that. So thank you. Yeah, I'm just excited to film many, many more of these. And just stay tuned, because I never know what I'm going to get in. I never know where that phone call is going to take me. And from now on, you know, I should have done this for years and years, apart from just doing the little toy fair tables, or the toys on the table even. Now you're going to just experience more and more stuff if you want to. But yeah, boys and girls, thank you very much. Jordan's Vintage World, that's all you need to know. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye now.